Okay, so the book of the week, we know that 8th March was Women's Day, and hence I selected the book written by Indira Nooyi, who is the former CEO of PepsiCo, My Life in Full. Yeah. I hope you have read the summary in Booklet app. Yes or no? Yeah. I'm sounding like a strict teacher asking कि बच्चों आपने homework किया कि नहीं? Yeah, and I also shared clips of interviews. A guy called Ivan Carmichael has a very good channel on YouTube. So what he does is he takes best parts of different interviews of the same person and clubs it into one video. So I thought that was more useful. Uh, if you are not receiving the messages related to book of the week, you can message on 9594 7000777. I repeat, 9594 7000777. Farid, could you please write a number in the chat box on my behalf, please? Yeah, thanks, Ruby. And just write book of the week, and I'll update you with the name of the book, links. Yeah. Okay. It being Women's Day, Women's Week. So this time for a change, I'm going to talk the least because I'm not a woman, and I want all the ladies to be talking this time, majority of the time. All right. I know it is hard for me to keep quiet because I have so much of stuff to share. That's the only disadvantage of reading too many books, that you never run out of topics and words to talk about. Uh, okay, Vijaya, I would request Vijaya. Vijaya, are you in a comfortable position? I guess you are somewhere out for a meeting, but I hope you got a suitable. Please unmute yourself, Vijaya. You're on mute.
Is there a background noise
No.
or
No.
I'm audible?
Very clear.
Okay.
Very clear. Okay. So Vijaya is one of the very new. अभी तो fan बोलना भी गलत होगा. But when I just picked up Mission Make It, I just picked up in I think 2016-17, and she was one of the first 5 fan followers. And for the first time, somebody came to meet me at my house, and I was so elated. Wow, अभी कुछ हो रहा है life में. And then we became like family. Now we are like family friends. Yeah, and
A
I
booklet
yeah,
family. Call it
yeah,
a booklet family. Yeah.
yeah, Booklet family. So Vijaya Deshpande is also a working woman, single mother, and she has some amazing uh, philosophy of her life. And I never seen her, complaining ever. That is something I really admire about her. Never complaining. Yeah. So this session, I would specifically want you ladies to pick up the specific small narrow problems which are faced more by women, and we men fail to empathize with those problems, and then we could come out with some collective solution. Like Nui has shared a few problems. Like in most of the households, if you see, child care and senior care both are skewed towards women. घर की
Absolutely.
औरत ही बच्चों का और बुजुर्गों का ख्याल रखने में ज्यादा मसरूफ होती है. I don't see any reason for this, but this is a fact. Even in most well-educated families, I have seen this, and I know senior care and child care is almost same. My father is almost
Yes.
bedridden now. He's 85. और मेरी जो struggle हो रहा है, to balance taking care of him right from toilet से लेके सब कुछ, it's as good as taking care of a 5-year-old child. So Budapa is equal to childhood. So Vijay, I want you to discuss a few points which you have faced in your personal life, and then any suggestions for those problems.
Yeah. So I think being a woman, be it a working woman or a homemaker, the challenges remain same because at for a homemaker also, I think they go through ample challenges because घर पे ही बैठी है. So that sarcasm really takes them absolutely to a different trance, I could call it. But working woman, yes, apparently faces some major challenges at both the front. In fact, she need to manage both the balance. But apart from that, I still feel that, I mean, a woman has to be empathetic, caring, and very caring or compassionate with women only. Because what I have seen is men definitely are lesser aware about the challenges a woman face, but being a woman, we definitely know what challenges we all faces, be it a working woman or a homemaker. So we need to be really very empathetic towards each other. So one woman, when she starts respecting and resonating that passion and compassion towards the other woman, I think a lot of problems would get resolved. That's what I personally feel. So I just want to give one small example. I have encountered very less female in my life who would always keep complimenting another woman. They would never come up with, hey, her smile is good, she's always energetic, or she's really lovely in terms of her career achievement, or she's got her lovely uh, empathetic feeling when she's talking to maids or she's her childcare kind of and stuff. The other woman will always keep talking about, yeah, she would have got the promotion because she's very pally with the bosses. Oh, she's the one who is always getting on her action mode because she hardly works at home. These kind of comments only women pass about this other woman. So I feel we should really stop that. And this change has to start from me. Then only I could expect a change from the society. So that's what is my feeling. Hope I have answered your question, Amrut.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Vijaya. A very good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, as an addition to it, I don't know whether it is appropriate from my side to speak, but I have observed that pregnant women prefer to get in the gents compartment in local trains, and I felt so bad about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I felt so bad about it that
Very
if a
true.
woman can't empathize with a pregnant woman, I think it's really a serious thing. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
well point, Vijaya. Uh, any specific story in your case, since you are a single mother? Uh, what is the I think what is the advantage of being a single mother? I think this would be a rare question. Everybody talks about disadvantages, but I think what is an advantage of being a single mother?
Um, the advantage what which I could see is, yes, you will have the freedom of your expressions, wherein you don't have to seek a permission all the time. If you have to upbring your child also, you and my in fact thankfully I have a daughter, so I can easily sync with what a womanhood or what a childhood as a girl could be. So I feel this is really good in terms of you can start imbibing a lot of values as a the way I am talking about. I just need to start respecting women first. I can easily see that I can start imbibing these thoughts from to my child in from the childhood only, and I have started seeing that result because whenever my daughter talks to any of the maid or anybody, in fact, she will always call it up, and she always get complimented. Oh, she will exchange a smile with any woman, she'll start complimenting. So I feel I have at least started making one life a change. So that's what I feel. That's the only one advantage wherein you'll have a freedom of, I mean, imbibing your values, whichever way you want to have it.
Nice. Well said. Well said. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Vijaya, for joining us. You can carry on with your meeting then. We'll continue with the Zoom
Yes.
meeting. So
Yes.
thank you so much.
I can still be there for, I mean, for five
Sure,
minutes and
you are
then I'll
free to
carry on. Yeah,
continue
I
now.
have time. Yeah.
Sure
Yes.
to
I'll
speak.
just mute it. Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, Amrut. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Um, a very good anecdote Nooyi refers in her book, My Life in Full, where she was promoted as a president of PepsiCo, and she was so excited to share this good news with her mother. And she reached home and she was about to share the news, but her mother, who was taking care of her kids in the US, said that the good news can wait. First, go out and get the milk for the kids. Kids need milk. And she was quite disappointed by this unenthusiastic response from her mother. She went out, got the milk, and angrily said that I have been made the president of PepsiCo, and you're asking me to get milk. And the response of her mother was that when you are home, you are a mother, wife, and a daughter. Leave your crown outside in the garage. And although it was not a bad advice, yes, I agree, we should leave our ego our worldly achievements outside, and at home we are just one family member. But then a very, very important question she raised in the book, Nui said, and which really made me think about it. Were she a man, her mother would have said the same thing, that when you're home, you are just a father, son, yeah, and a husband, and so leave the crown in the garage. Probably not, right? Unfortunately, men's celebrations are no, men's achievements are celebrated much easily than that of women. I don't know why. I think that should be changed. And this incident shared by Nui actually amplifies this fact. Yeah. And it also gets reflected in the paycheck. I mean, at the highest level, CEO, CFO level, there is always a difference in the paychecks. Yeah. The paychecks of women CEOs, women CFOs are like 80% of the male counterparts. Mm. Yeah. Anybody? Dr. Divya, would you like to share something about your experience so that it will help other ladies? Okay, you're busy with something. Yeah, fine. She's struggling with work-life balance, it seems. This is also, you can share this as well. Uh, Anybody else? Saloni, would you like to share something from the book? Saloni Utekar, did you read the summary?
Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah. So any part would you would like to share from the book?
Uh, Being a teenager and I'm not that experienced in work life, I would rather say that girls of my age have got some like peer pressure. There's a cutthroat competition all the time. We says that you have to be presentable, you can't go down, you can't feel low. These are the aspects I would like to share as a woman or like entering that stage of a woman.
Uh-huh. Well, this is, I think, for both the genders, and very, very valid point. Yeah, Saloni, which is getting serious day by day, and the filters that we put up on Instagram can, they help us easily hide our low points of life. So we have to look cool all the time. And if somebody says that, "What are you doing?" and to say nothing is considered as a shame. Why doing nothing is wrong? Why can't I say that I'm free? I'm not working right now. Yeah. And so, Saloni, you're absolutely right. I think the social comparison has gone at such a level, and I think social media is responsible for it. And the moment we see somebody in Mauritius and putting up their vacation pictures on Instagram, somewhere, instead of celebrating their vacation vicariously online, somewhere we envy. Oh, I've never gone abroad for a vacation, right? And then we have to match up with the peer pressure. Although I don't have a clear solution for this, but I think comparison is not bad, but comparison should be with our own past performance for our growth.
Exactly. It should be you against you
Yeah.
and not you against someone else.
This has to be in every damn case. Now, for example, even brushing your teeth. How can I brush my teeth better than what I did yesterday? Now, you might ask, "Usme kya hai?" I'm not going to get Olympic gold medal if I brush my teeth a little better than yesterday. That's not the point. It's about doing every activity with a lot of mindfulness. Because anyway, you are going to brush your teeth for the rest of the life. Then why not do it better and better? That's all. And you never know, you might end up finding a passion into it. You might end up becoming a dentist. So good. Saloni, thanks. And you have a very sweet smile. All the best and keep reading with us as part of Mission Make India Read. Riti wants to share something. She's very eager to speak.
Yes, what I'm saying, I am not sure that this problem happens with guys also or not. But right now, what I'm facing is that I have to give an interview tomorrow. And even after ample of practice, I'm conscious, I'm nervous. And as for, my performances in as far as interviews are concerned or exams are concerned, I always humble. So, I'm not even able to say to myself, okay, you did good last time, you'll be able to do better this time. because I don't have a good record in this thing.
Yeah, you shared your vulnerability, Riti. That's absolutely fine. Getting nervous during interviews is so common and there's nothing unusual about it. Uh, I can tell you my take on it. See, s- interestingly, I never get nervous. Whether I have a 5 people are in front of me or 1,000 people or I Narendra Modi comes to meet me, मुझे कभी nervousness आता ही नहीं. Now, it's not a special talent. I tell you what happens. See, Riti, your success lies in your daily routine. Okay? It's about character and not personality. Character is what you do when nobody is watching you. And personality is how you behave, how you talk when the world is watching you. For example, an interview. Interview is your personality. Character is once I'm done with this session, I go back to my bedroom. Nobody is going to watch me. Riti is not going to watch me. Salon is not going to watch me. I can cheat with myself. Yeah, because I have complete freedom. उस वक्त मैं जो choice लेता हूँ ना, when nobody is watching me, that decides my character. And then a good personality is just a byproduct of great character. The choice that I make in the bedroom, whether to flirt with a girl on WhatsApp, watch Nura Fateh's dance video on YouTube, or read couple of pages from Robin Sharma. That's the choice. If I take a right choice, I will not get nervous when I have to present my personality. Are you getting my point? Because personality is just a byproduct of my character. But वही अगर दिन रात में Instagram scroll करूंगा, entertainment videos देखूंगा, binge watch on Netflix, या gossip, chatting on WhatsApp, आज फिर मुझे ततपपपप हो जाएगा मेरा. So you don't have to separately prepare for an interview for your personality. Unfortunately, we have these personality development courses. Have you ever heard about character development courses? Never. We have to work on our character, right? And then you don't have to work on your personality separately. Trust me.
Thank you. I'll remember.
I have a very strong routine. Come what may. Routine strong रहेगा ना, बाकी सब अपने आप होता है. Okay, you don't have to prepare for an interview. At 5:30, I wake up, do rigorously my workouts for 2 hours, sweat like hell, and then breakfast okay, काम शुरू, no other nonsense stuff. Of course, there is entertainment in my life, but उसके लिए भी it's in moderation. Yeah, I use it as a reward. कि weekend में एक आध कोई movie देखूंगा या कुछ stand up comedy. I like Kapil Sharma. Yes, it's all part of the plan. So every day is planned the day prior before going to bed. एंड प्लानिंग डजंट मीन मिनट टू मिनट कुछ करना है. ऐसा नहीं कि 12 बजे ये करना है. एक टिपिकली लोग ऐसा करते हैं, वो गलत है. जस्ट अ बॉलपार्क प्लान कि हाउ माय डे शुड बी टुमारो. मॉर्निंग वर्कआउट, देन जो भी रीडिंग, समरी, वीडियो एडिटिंग, जो भी आपका काम है. ओके, एंड मेक श्योर दैट यू फॉलो दैट प्लान. एंड ऑल्सो नोट डाउन what are the things, Riti, you end up doing which were not part of the original plan. वो भी लिखो. उसको मैं बोलूंगा एंटी टू डू लिस्ट. एक तो होगा टू डू लिस्ट. एंटी टू डू लिस्ट इज जो आपने किया पर आपको प्लान में नहीं था. समटाइम्स आपको करना पड़ता है ना, बॉस ने अचानक बुला रहे वो काम छोड़ दो, ये प्रेजेंटेशन में काम करो. यस, वी हैव टू डू. बट देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स व्हिच वी गिव इन टू द मोमेंटरी प्लेजर्स, द इम्पल्सिवनेस, द थ्रिल ऑफ द मोमेंट. वो अरे वीडियो आ गया, चल देख लेते हैं ना, कुछ तो है, मजा आएगा. वो चक्कर में वो एक वीडियो के चक्कर में हम 15 मिनट व्हाट्सएप पे बिता देते. राइट, दीज थिंग्स आल्सो नोट डाउन. एंड इफ योर एंटी टू डू लिस्ट इज लॉन्गर देन योर टू डू लिस्ट, इट इज वेरी वेरी डेंजरस सिचुएशन. सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट प्लानिंग बट डूइंग थिंग्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्लान. एक प्लान बनाना एक अलग चीज है, और फिर वो प्लान को स्टिक करना. स्टिकिंग टू दैट प्लान इज मच मच डिफिकल्ट देन मेकिंग द प्लान. And doing something without plan is like बेल मुझे मार. We are heading towards depression. लोग बोलते हैं कि प्लान क्यों करना है, मैं डायरेक्ट काम शुरू करता हूँ ना. मैं इसे लिखते बैठना क्या है? नहीं. प्लानिंग cuts down your execution time by almost 40%. Most of the time I'm planning only. और फिर execution फटाफट हो जाता है. Just plan. मतलब क्या? Decide and then do. That's all. जस्ट डोंट डू कि मन में आया किया, इसने बोला इसने किया, ईमेल आया तो रिप्लाई दिया. नो, You should take the control. If Riti messages me on my WhatsApp, I will reply to her when I want and not when Riti's ting appears on my phone. This is very important because if I reply when she's sending message and I'm working on some Excel sheet and ignoring it and replying to her immediately, I'm giving my control of life to Riti. She doesn't know whether I'm on a high valued task or I'm on a break. She is messaging as per her convenience. I will reply during my break, during my free time. So I'm not saying that don't go on WhatsApp, don't go on Instagram. It is the timing. It is the timing and not the amount of time that you spend on these apps and social media websites. Right? So ये करना है and trust me इतना confidence आता है ना कि you know when you spend quality time working on your character और जब कोई ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है ना समवेयर एक इमेंस कॉन्फिडेंस रहता है मेरे में कि आई नो बेटर देन दीस गाइस ऑल्दो आई डोंट हैव टू शो इट बिकॉज दैट विल बी लाइक ईगो समवेयर मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि अरे ये तो 2 स्टेप्स में आगे हूँ आई नो समटाइम्स आई कीप साइलेंट चलो इनको बातें करने दो आई विल पुट एन एंड टू द कन्वर्सेशन बाय सेइंग दिस इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आता है बट आई कैन शो इट टू यू इन नंबर्स इट इज इनविजिबल इट हैज हैपेंड ओवर ए लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ओके आफ्टर रीडिंग 2000 books. And of course, my 5th book of my life and 2000th book of my life, उसमें भी बहुत फर्क है. The more I'm reading books, the more I'm leaving half read. You know why? Because अरे ये तो मालूम है, ये तो repeat है, अरे ये तो old wine in new bottle. ये बस example अलग है, concept तो वही है. You know, फटाफट, I confidently quit the book. Yeah, I know I'm not going to miss out anything if I leave it complete. इतना confidence आता है. Right? बस नो लाइफ ये वर्ड इतना यूज करते ना लाइफ चेंज योर लाइफ व्हाट इज लाइफ फॉर अस लाइफ शुड बी व्हेन यू वेक अप इन द मॉर्निंग say for example I wake up at 5:30 and ends at 9:30 at night. That is life because yesterdays are dead, tomorrows are unborn. What is left is today. पर हम दिमाग में क्या लगता है लाइफ मतलब द ड्यूरेशन बिटवीन बर्थ एंड डेथ पर वो हमारे हाथ में है नहीं ना जो है आज है एंड टुडे दैट ऑल द समेशन ऑफ ऑल द वेकिंग आवर्स और वेकिंग डेज इज गोइंग टू मेक अप लाइफ पर पिछले वाला डेज आगे वाला डेज तो है ही नहीं हमारे हाथ में तो क्या है आज सो दिस इज लाइफ आज का दिन कि आज मैंने जो जो चीज करने चाहिए थे वो किए क्या अगर हाँ तो आई एम सक्सेसफुल अगर ना तो आई एम फेल ठीक है नॉट एवरी डे आई सक्सीड समटाइम्स माय डे गोज हॉरिबली अनप्रोडक्टिव. Yes, even I waste time on online. I fall asleep with laptop in my bed, which is very bad habit, I know. पर कभी-कभी ये करता हूँ, but these are exceptions and not a norm. These are exceptions in my case. Most of the time, I stick to my plan. It's not about going through a bad patch. Sachin had gone through a bad patch. Virat Kohli was in a bad patch. So there's no problem in getting into a bad patch. But कितना जल्दी आप उससे बाहर आ जाते हो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. उसके लिए मैं एक ट्रिक क्या यूज करता हूँ कि नो अगेन गेट स्टार्टेड. चलो सुबह से 12 बजे तक दोपहर तक मैंने कुछ अच्छा काम नहीं किया वेस्ट किया जंक फूड खाया कुछ फालतू वीडियो देखा जो देखना नहीं चाहिए था चलो अभी आई गेट स्टार्टेड अगेन फाइन हो गया बैड पैच हो गया हाउ क्विकली आई कैन कम आउट ऑफ द बैड पैच इंस्टेड ऑफ वेटिंग फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे चलो आज का दिन तो खत्म या फिर वेस्ट गया मैं कल से शुरू करूंगा दैट इज डेंजरस सेंटेंस. उससे अच्छा आज के दिन को डिपार्टमेंटलाइज करो बाइफरकेट करो कि सुबह का टाइम 12 फिर 12 से दोपहर का टाइम और शाम का टाइम. सो एक ही दिन में मैंने 3 दिन में डिवाइड कर दिया कि चलो विद इन टिल 12 o'clock आई डिड नॉट वर्क ऑनेस्टली प्रोडक्टिव चीजें की नहीं मैंने बट लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम 12 o'clock. सो एटलीस्ट आप वो दिन तो बचा रहे हो एंड जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे वैसे एज इफ कि कल कुछ अलग होने वाला है कल कुछ अलग होने नहीं वाला है वही दिन है वही सूरज है वही मैं हूँ वही माइंडसेट है तो व्हाई नॉट जस्ट गेट स्टार्टेड अगेन. सो लिटरली मैं कभी कभी एक दिन में आई गेट स्टार्टेड 10 times गेट स्टार्टेड अगेन इट इज जस्ट टू हेल्प यू कम आउट ऑफ दैट बैड पैच राइट. So I'm sure no fumbling वगैरह is just a symptom. You don't have to work on fumbling. ये English speaking courses वगैरह होता है ना they are working on personality. I mean, you're listening to me since long. Am I using flashy words? कुछ बड़े-बड़े ऐसे fancy words use कर रहा हो क्या? नहीं. Even I fumble, but then I fumble confidently. कि मेरा fumbling से भी मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. I know because you guys are not going to get affected, right? So first day you will fumble, second day you will fumble, fourth day you will fumble, fifth day you will fumble better, right? Okay. Yeah. Anyone else who want to share something interesting stuff from the book, or Dr. Divya, are you settled now?
What I liked was, she mentioned that her daughter used to always say that on Wednesday morning she had to attend some coffee meet at 9 o'clock, So we as like, even I had I've given up like my children. I mean, I'm got married in my internship, and then my daughter, elder one, was on my first wedding anniversary. So I used to always feel my friends are earning teen petty. I am not earning. Like, why did I have children early? Like, So there was another friend of mine, and she used to say कि सब लोग बोलते अभी start कर, and she was a lawyer, advocate. And तभी wing में जाके करती थी. People used to say इतनी strong lady. She says, but दिव्या अभी sections भूल गए हैं. After 20 years, sections ये. So I said, even in my practice, I've forgotten so many things. अभी कितना research है, research है. Very easy for people to say that restart again now. The children are up, And so she mentioned very well that she got in touch with the mothers who didn't go. She asked the teacher. That which parent didn't go. So twice it happened that she was blaming herself that I couldn't attend the coffee meet on Wednesday morning 9 a.m. So the teacher gave her the list of the children's mothers who couldn't attend. So when her daughter came equipped that you didn't come, she said this one's mother didn't come, this one's mother didn't come, this one's mother didn't come.
Right.
I don't know whether you read that.
Yeah. It's a famous. I know this. Yeah, I watched her interview.
So it's that you don't have to go sinking in that guilt. I mean, it does happen.
Yeah. And then I think what she said to her daughter was such a profound thing. She straight away said to her daughter that, would you want me to quit my job for you? A 12-year-old child. And she said, no, are you mad? You are no climbing the corporate ladder at such a fast pace. I don't want you to quit the job for me. You go ahead. So I think asking this question and considering talking to her as if she's an adult. I think very few parents do this. No, we bend down to the level of the children and talk to them in their language. No, you have to talk to them as if they're adults, even if they don't understand.
Yes.
And so that was a very, very profound thing that she said, asking her daughter that, do you want me to quit the job? So very, very good anecdote you shared about Indira.
And they say, no, you pick up the best what your ears want to hear.
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen at 8 o'clock, Bluetooth लगा के मैं उसकी summary सुन रही थी. मैंने पहले सुनने का time नहीं मिला. But then we pick up what we want to,
Indira is a very good communicator, by the way. If you have watched her interviews, she's an amazing communicator and an orator. I think that is one of the important skills in any leadership role. If there are, suppose there are 5 friends, 5 people in a group. One is an engineer, one is like an artist, another is a sports guy, and put one skill to these, and suddenly that guy will become the leader of the pack. And that's public speaking skill. Yeah, once you have public speaking skill, suddenly people will follow you. Yeah, but that doesn't mean only public speaking skill, okay?
You need content.
As an addition, हाँ, तो आजकल सिर्फ बातें करने लोग होते हैं, that life coach और ये सब बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है, I'm not against it, but they're just talking and giving fancy speeches with a hope that they make courses on how to make money online. Yeah, if they really were making money online, why are they making course out of it? So most of the people are making course on how to make money in stock market. That itself shows that they are not making money from stock market, and hence they need to create a course of how to make money from stock market. So ये हर field में हो रहा है because producing videos, producing courses, उसका cost बहुत कम हो गया है. Yeah, and so this is a very common thing I see on the internet. Yeah.
And I would like to add one thing, if you allow me.
Sure, Poonam.
That's the same thing coming to the 5 C's that Indira Nooyi told. And the communication is the third one. So 5 C's, I just want to reiterate for the benefit of all, that the first C is competency. Like Of course, we have certain kind of interest, all of us. So if one, there should not be the case that we are jack of all and master of none. We should pick up one thing and we should excel ourselves in that thing on a regular basis. For example, your forte is books. So you are upskilling yourself day by day on this. Sorry. And the second C is courage and confidence. If one has competency, but don't have the courage to speak, don't have the confidence, then this competency is of no use. And the third thing is communication. And of course, she mentioned many points that it's always good to learn communication. Even though you know, you can speak well, but there is always a scope for improvement. You have the competency, you have the courage, but you don't know how to serve your competency by the way of your communication. Then the first two things is of low value or negligible value. As we compare CAs and MBAs, CA have forte, they have analytical skill, but the MBAs, those who know how to present the things well, though they have less knowledge, but in spite of the fact they shine. But here, first we should have competency, then courage, confidence, and communication comes later, and then consistency. Consistency has varied meaning, but what she told was that consistency in your thought, consistency in general terms, we understand that whatever we are doing, we should be consistent in that, regular in that. But she told that consistent in your thought process, like leaders are predictable. For example, if you are behaving in a certain way, then next time your thought process should not very much alter. Of course, you have to take a different route to complete the thing, but your thought process, a particular way of thinking, that should not change. So that is why it said leaders are predictable. They are not changing themselves. If you are annoyed, it means someone has not done something correct. So your behavior, your personality shows that you are into that thought process. And the last one is compass, direction, in which direction you need to work. So all the 5 C's are very, very important. And that really inspired and touched me.
Wow, super. Well said, Poonam. Very good, very good. You have thoroughly read the book, it means, or booklet. Good. Last month, I met a very young guy who was a cricket aspirant. And he dreams to be part of Indian team one day. And so I asked him curiously that, so what are you, batsman, bowler? He said that I'm a batsman and very good fielder. I said, whom do you look up to? He said, Sachin Tendulkar. I said, very good. Who is your mentor? And he said, my dad. I said, Acha, so is he a well-known cricket player or at least a Ranji player or Indian team player? He said, no, he works in ICICI Bank as a manager. And I said, how come then he's a mentor? He said, because he has good knowledge of cricket. He observes, he knows everything about cricket. I said, hold on, wait. Kuch to gadbad hai. There's a difference between mentor and advisor. Advice देने के लिए पूरी दुनिया बैठी है. Mentor is a person who has gone through that which you are going through. उसका जो recommendation या advice रहेगा ना वो बहुत अलग रहेगा. In fact, almost opposite रहता है. And one thing that Indira said in one of the interviews about mentors is that mentors choose you. You don't choose mentors. And this has happened with me. Yeah, after achieving good footprint on Mission Make India in 2-3 years, सामने से बड़े-बड़े लोग आए, to give me advice. कि तू ऐसा कर. I did not go out and started hunting for mentors. And I've got some amazing mentors, good elite business tycoons, politicians whom I really admire. So it's very important to understand the difference between an advisor and a mentor. Okay, जो करके और गिर के जो खड़ा होता है ना, वही आपको सही सलाह दे सकता है. या सिर्फ एडवाइस देने के लिए तो बहुत लोग बैठे हैं. Yeah. Well, anybody else who wants to speak? Okay, I allow men too. पहले मैंने बोला था only ladies, but now I think I should allow men. Vineet Katkar, you want to speak? Please unmute yourself.
या अब मैं सुनाई दे रहा है, सब सुनाई दे रहा है ना
जी
सर?
जी जी जी।
हाँ सर, मैंने जब इसका समरी पढ़ा इंदिरा नूई का, तो मुझे एक चीज मैं पढ़ते पढ़ते मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा समरी को। मुझे लगा इस पर तो बहुत अच्छी फिल्म भी बन सकती है इनफैक्ट।
जी।
वो क्यों? क्योंकि देखो, जब इंदिरा नूई जब उसको प्रेसिडेंट बनाया जाता है, सीईओ बनाया जाता है, सॉरी, तो जब वो बोर्ड मीटिंग लेती है तो एक इन्वेस्टर उसको बोलता है कि, जब वो बोलती है कि मुझे कुछ हेल्थ प्रोडक्ट्स अपनी पोर्टफोलियो में लेकर आने हैं, तो उसको एक इन्वेस्टर बोलता है कि आर यू मदर टेरेसा? एंड वो उसको चैलेंज करता है, और वो उसके बाद फिर वो एक के बाद उसकी उसके जो स्टॉक परफॉर्मेंस है, जो फाइनेंशियल, मुझे पता नहीं, समरी में तो सब स्टैटिस्टिक्स नहीं आ सकता था उसके अंदर, लेकिन ऑब्वियसली उसने काफी अच्छा वेल्थ बनाया उसके बाद। तो एक के बाद उसने एक एक्शन किया, बल्कि उसने उनका जो तो मुंह था वो बंद कर दिया उनका उस तरीके से। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ना, ये उससे पहले काफी इमोशन भी बन, जैसे वो दूध के लिए जब उसको बोला, उसकी मदर बोलती है कि आपको पहले किड से पहले दूध लेकर आना है, तो मुझे लगा यार क्या मस्त मूवी बन सकती है इसके ऊपर तो। और कितना वो है। अच्छा सर, मेरे को इसके ऊपर ना एक सवाल मेरे मन में आ रहा था कि जब मैं इंटरव्यू सुन रहा था इंदिरा नूई का, तो किसी ने जब इंटरव्यूअर ने उससे पूछा कि तुम्हारा कभी स्टीव जॉब से बात हुआ क्या? तो उसने बोला हाँ, एक बार मेरी बात हुई थी स्टीव जॉब से। तो मैंने उससे जो सीखा, मैंने फिर उसके बाद क्या किया कि मैंने ना थोड़ा चीखना चिल्लाना शुरू कर दिया अपना काम निकलवाने के लिए। एंड मेरे को वहां पर थोड़ा सा डाउट हुआ, मतलब मेरे मन में कुछ क्वेश्चन आया कि अभी लास्ट आपका जब सेशन अटेंड किया था, तो उसके अंदर ये था कि अगर हमने किसी को एडवाइस देनी है तो एक सैंडविच, एक आपने बताया था मेथड है, पहले हमने अच्छी बात करनी है, फिर बीच में थोड़ा सा उसका बता देना है कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, फिर उसके बाद फिर हमने अच्छी बात कर देनी है। तो जब इंदिरा नूई ने बोला कि मैंने, स्टीव जॉब ने मुझे बोला चीखने चलाने के लिए, मैंने चीखना चलाना शुरू कर दिया, तो मुझे लगा ये बिल्कुल अपोजिट है। हम लोग आपसे, मैंने जब सीखा या बुक्स में पढ़ा, एम्पैथी की बात करते हैं, यहाँ पर एम्पैथी के उलट बात हो रही है। और मैं स्टीव जॉब को भी, जब मैंने सुना है स्टीव जॉब के बारे में कि वो भी बहुत डांटता था, डपटा था, डांट डपट कर काम लेता था, एंड पीपल से कि ही इज वेरी जीनियस। तो मेरे मन में कभी भी क्वेश्चन आता है कि वो काहे का जीनियस है यार? वो तो इतना डांट डांट कर काम लेता था, धमकाता था, वो तो काम इसी तरीके से काम मैं ही लेता हूँ। तो मतलब ये थोड़ा सा मेरे माइंड में क्वेश्चन था कि एम्पैथी से जाना वो है, और एक दूसरी तरफ ये एक स्टाइल ऑफ वर्किंग है, ये वाला।
जी बिल्कुल वैलिड है विनीत जी। पर ये ना ये जेनेरिक स्टेटमेंट्स है। हमने बस टैग लगा दिया कि स्टीव जॉब्स बहुत सन की आदमी था, ही यूज्ड टू थ्रो टैंट्रम्स एट हिज एम्प्लॉइज, और फिर काम करवाता था। तो ऐसा नहीं है। ऐसे नहीं कि प्यार के मोमेंट्स उसके लाइफ में हो गए नहीं, होते ही नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है ना, राइट? सो पर्सनैलिटी टाइप है। आजकल के दौर में टैंट्रम्स थ्रो करके नहीं चलेगा, बॉस मेंटालिटी नहीं चलेगा। या यू हैव टू बी एक्सट्रीमली एक्सट्रीमली एम्पैथेटिक। मे बी एट इन एन एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन जहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय कुछ परफॉर्म ही नहीं कर रहा है, या कोई चोरी कर रहा है, नो, या फिर झूठ बोल रहा है, वहां पे ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन यूज योर स्टिक। But yeah, it is also not part of my personality to throw tantrums, and there is always a better way to deal things with.
इनफैक्ट सुना एलन मस्क के बारे में, मैंने यही सुना है कि वो भी काफी डांट कर उस तरह से काम लेते। तो मैंने कहा दीज आर जीनियस पीपल, और वो इस तरह से काम ले रहे हैं, तो ये कहीं ना कहीं, आई मीन मुझे नहीं पता मेरे पास सही इन्फॉर्मेशन है या नहीं है, बट आई मीन जो मेरे पास नॉलेज है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली मुझे यही पता है कि ये लोग डांट कर डपट कर ज्यादा काम लेते थे और टेंट्रम शो करते थे।
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. But हमको जो सही लगता है हमको लेना है। जैसे हर बुक का मैं सब कुछ तो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता हूँ। विच विल सूट माई पर्सनैलिटी, माई कैरेक्टर, वही मैं लूंगा, बाकी सब इग्नोर करूंगा, राइट? जैसे कोई मूवी में हम सीन देखते हैं और हमको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है, तो हम चिपकते नहीं, हम आगे देखते हैं, चलो पता चल जाएगा, स्टोरी आगे बढ़ेगी। सो ऐसा ही है, हर किताब में हर चीज लेना जरूरी नहीं है। ओके, इट्स अबाउट टेकिंग द बेस्ट थिंग्स फ्रॉम मेनी पीपल। ये मैं हमेशा करता हूँ। तो यहाँ पे लीडरशिप का जो है, मैं महात्मा गांधी के लेता हूँ। अभी इफ यू कंपेयर महात्मा गांधी विद स्टीव जॉब्स, आई थिंक स्टीव जॉब्स इज नोवेयर, राइट? तो स्टीव जॉब्स हैज नॉट बिकम अ बेंचमार्क देन, and Gandhiji never used to throw tantrum. He was always a calm, serene, full of tranquility, right? शुरू में वो गुस्सा करते थे, but he also used to say that anger is not bad, but how you channelize it. जैसे उनको जब स्टेशन से फेंका गया साउथ अफ्रीका में, गुस्सा आया था उनको, but how he used his anger to bring a revolution against racism in South Africa. वही वो उधर पे गाली नहीं दी उन्होंने वो एंगर को चैनलाइज किया. जैसे लाइट है, उसको अगर ठीक से चैनलाइज नहीं किया तो लाइटनिंग आके बर्बाद भी हो सकता है, या अच्छे तरह से चैनलाइज किया तो लाइट बल्ब भी बन सकता है. So, electricity is not bad. Similarly, anger is not bad. Yeah. Channelize करना बहुत important है. Yeah. Leon, thanks Vinith. Very good discussion. Thank you so much. ऐसा मुझे चाहिए, challenging the concepts. इससे this is real learning. So I really appreciate Vinith. Yeah, Leon.
Yeah, so thank you, Amrut, for the opportunity. So I didn't read the summary, but I read the book some time back. And
wow.
For me, I think it's a great example of a lady who is an immigrant in a country like US, coming to the US and being successful to be a CEO of one of the largest companies there. And I think the journey from being a student in the US, being a lady, being a woman of color, and from there, with all these exceptions, how she fights through this and finally makes an impact is something to really learn. Because there are examples in the book where she has to go for an interview and she doesn't have a Western clothes to wear, and she wears a sari and goes, and everyone is looking at her and laughing, and she still goes to the interview and she's able to stand out and get an opening in Boston Consulting. Okay, and this is based on her leadership. This is based on her knowledge of different, I would say, latest events and the way she speaks in the interview, and not how she was, which clothes she was wearing. So a very good learning that we think maybe everything is against us, but you can still go there and be your best. And I think that's a great example. Another example she gives in the book, she is going to meetings where everyone are men in the boardroom and no one is listening to her. First, she's a woman of color and she's a woman. And still she makes an impact. And how she makes an impact, she says, if I am different, I need to be even better than and make an impact all the time. I should be more prepared. I should go really trying to make an impact. And one of the biggest skills she brings, and I think what made her different from others, she could convert complex thing into very simple summaries. Very large strategy for PepsiCo or bigger strategy for GE. She did by converting very complex problems into simple solutions, which she took to the boardroom. And people were listening to her and realized that she can make an impact. And third, I think in this entire journey, if you see, it's the partnership with her and her husband. Over the initial years, I think both have their careers and both are pursuing for each other's careers and grow in the US. But a time comes where a husband takes the back seat, leaves his job, and gives her the front end, right? I think very different from an Indian culture standpoint. So if you see, I think there is so much against the odds. We keep saying as a woman, we have so many challenges and that's why I can't grow. And here you have someone who fought against all odds, and why she did it? Because she has a will to achieve something. I think a great example. She's an ambassador, living ambassador. And the more you read the book, the more you just know that if you have a will, I think you can achieve something. So just linking that to my story. So I moved from Mumbai to Spain 2 years back. And when I came here in a European environment where everyone is so different and it's, you go anywhere, because the language is different. There is hardly any Indians around and you have to perform. And I think I took examples like you need to be more prepared. Of course, you are different, but accept that you are different, but doesn't mean that you are inferior. You try and be as prepared or even more prepared. And the more you create an impact, people will accept you. Don't think you come from a different environment and maybe people around you are more superior. If you have a will, you can achieve it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Leon, you make better summaries than me, I must say. Wow, wonderful. Superb. I loved. I was just listening to you so focused. Anybody else? I think We have discussed in length, and I really liked the points that are raised by everybody. I hope you know the idea about identity, where you can print your own book, and I can help you. You just have to spend 40-50 minutes, and your own book can be in existence in this world. And suppose Riti wants to participate in this idea, a book will be printed in her name, like Riti's favorite ideas from 50 books. So you can take advantage of it. It is also a great way of generating revenue for the Mission Make India Read, and it's a perfect win-win that you get to print your own book. If you don't know how to go about it, please message me, and I'll give you the link from where you have to select your favorite ideas. What I do is something called Tiny Booklet. I extract big ideas from the great books that I'm reading every day in, day out, and put it on Booklet app. And you have to select your favorite ideas, and I'll print a book on your behalf and dispatch it to your address. So good way. So people use it as an identity. Suppose uh, Dr. Who was here? The lady doctor, I forgot her name, who spoke right now. Poonam, right? Nahi.
Dr.
Divya.
Divya.
Yeah.
Dr. Divya.
Dr. Divya. So she can use her book as an identity and give it to her colleagues or clients or patients. And many CEOs print 50 copies, 100 copies, and use it to give that to their acquaintances or business colleagues. It's a very good idea, and great satisfaction that you have your own book in existence. So give it a try, and it will be a perfect win-win situation. Well, thank you so much for joining. I really loved today's discussion. Next week's book will be declared on Monday, and I'm sure this will be another great book. So happy Women's Day to everybody. Women's Week, rather.
Thank you so much for joining, and happy reading. Bye bye. Enjoy the Saturday night.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.